Dear friends, we are in bar diagrams. In a diagrammatic presentation of data, till now we have seen a number of types of or kinds of bar diagrams. Today we will continue with diagrammatic presentation of data. So till now we have seen line diagram. So we are in one dimensional diagrams, one dimensional bar diagrams. We have seen line diagrams. In bar diagrams, we are observing various kinds of bar diagrams. So simple bar diagram we have seen, subdivided bar diagram we have seen, percentage bar diagram we have seen, multiple bar diagram we have seen, deviation bar diagram we have seen, duo directional bar diagram we have seen, and today we will learn about broken bar diagram. So with this, our kinds of bar diagrams will be over. So now, already 6 kinds are over. This is 7th one. This is broken bar diagram. How it is going to be there, we will see. Broken bar diagram. It is used for presentation of data which contain wide variations in values. Sometimes the range of data is very wide. The data may contain very large observations along with small observations, or some other kinds of abnormalities can be found. If a normal bar diagram is drawn, the small bars will look too small and clumsy and may not disclose the true features of data. In such cases, the broken bar diagram is used. In case of broken bar diagrams, for providing adequate and reasonable shape for smaller ones, the large bars are split at the top. When we have two large observations, instead of breaking the vertical axis, bars can be drawn with a false baseline for the vertical axis. This broken bar diagram is used when values of sum of variables is very much bigger or smaller than others. In this case, the bars with bigger terms or items may be shown broken. So that is how it is going to happen. We will see now, we will observe. For this, we have to take one example. Here, number of students. Number of students here, number of students. Now year 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, and 2019 years are taken. Okay, number of students. One hundred, 1000, 2550, 700, and 2000. This is the data that is given. Then how to, you can see variations are there. Very big figures are there. Very smaller figures are there. How to show? Okay. Now solution. As usual. Okay. This is x-axis. This is y-axis. Okay. Now on x-axis I will show years 15, this is 2016, this is 2017, and this is 2018, and this is 2019. Okay, here this is 100, or let us take for example this I will take as 300, 600, 900, 1200, 1500, and 1800. I have taken like this. Okay. For the year 2015, you can see only 100 students are there. You take it as 100. Now for the year 2016, 1000 students are there. So up to 1000 you take. Here between 900 and 1200, you will find 1000. So this is okay. In the year 2017, 2550 students are there, which we cannot show properly here. Up to 1800 only we have drawn. So what you have to do is, we have to do like this, and here give some gap at the top, and on the top you deem it as 2550. You have to write. Of course, we have to write here also on top of every bar. It is a better practice to write the values. Okay, like this is broken bar. So you can see the break here at this point. Okay. In 2018, 700 students are there. It is between 600 and 900. And in the year 2019, you have 2000 students. Again, for this also, you have to take the help of broken bar. Okay. On the top, you have to write 2000. This is 700. So you can see the difference between earlier bar diagrams and this one. This is there is a break in the bar. So that is why it is called as broken bar diagram. So with this, we have completed all kinds of bar diagrams. So you can see till now we have seen line diagrams. Just for revision purpose, line diagrams are simply drawn with a line like this. Simple bar diagram. This is simple bar diagram. Only single variable will be shown. Subdivided in the simple bar diagram only. Divisions will be there. This is male, female, like that. In percentage, all bars will be of equal height in percentage. Total will be made equal to 100 and divisions will be shown. Okay. All will be made equal to 100 in percentage bar diagrams. Now coming to multiple bar diagrams. Multiple bar diagrams will be like this. And the deviation will be like this. Deviations will be there. Net figures will be shown generally. And duodirectional in a single bar diagram, two directions will be shown. One above x-axis, the other below x-axis. In the broken bar diagram, now we have seen there will be a break, okay, in certain bar diagrams. So these are the 7 kinds of bar diagrams that we have discussed. Now we will come to know about pie diagram. So we will come to know about pie diagrams. So it enables us to show the breakup of a given total into various component parts. It is called as pie diagram because the entire diagram looks like a pie and the components resembles slices cut from the pie. In order to construct a pie diagram, equate the total of values to 360 degrees, because in a circle you will find 360 degrees. Total of a circle is equal to 360 degrees. That is why any data should be made equal to 360 degrees by drawing a circle with a radius of any length. For each component, you have to find the number of degrees that can be assigned to it. If the total is 360 degrees, you have to divide accordingly. For example, if total is 40,000 units and a component is 10,000 units, then it will be assigned 90 degrees because 10,000 by 40,000 into 360. If you do, 90 degrees will come. Okay. Now, for a better understanding, we will consider an example. We have to remember that these pie diagrams are also known as angular diagrams. Okay. These are also known as angular diagrams. Now, one example I will take. So this is data of 2 families I am taking. Item and food, clothes, rent, education, and another component also I will take. Miscellaneous means 2 families expenditures budget expenditures I am taking into consideration. This is family A, this is family B. On food 1700, 3300. On clothes 800, 900. On rent 400, 600. On education 200, 600. On miscellaneous items 100 rupees, 200 rupees is spent. This is the data. This is the question for pie diagram. Now, then how we will see. You have to insert table. Okay. Now you see how I am drawing item. Then family A and then family B. Okay. You can see this also we have to merge. Family A and family B we are taking into consideration. First one food, then second expenditure clothes, then rent, and the next education, and lastly miscellaneous expenditure. Now family A 1700, on clothing 3000, on clothing this is 800, then this is 400, this is 200, and lastly 100. Now family B 3300, 900, 600, again 600, and 200. Now we have to see, I am adjusting for our easy understanding. Okay. This is expenditure and this is angle in circle. We have to show in circle now. So angle I have to take. Now how angle will come? I will show you. 1700 divided by 3600 or like this it will be easy. 1700 into 360 divided by 3600 will give us, if you calculate, 170 degrees will come. So here also 3300 into 360 divided by 6400 we have to take. Why this 6400 and why 3600? If you add them up, for family A 1700 plus 800 2500 plus 400, 2900 plus 3100 will come. Here another 100 is there. 1700 plus 800, 2500, 2900 will come, and from 2900 3100 will come. So dear friends, I have missed one more column here. So after clothes, another is there, another item is there, that is fuel. Fuel is there. I have missed that item. Fuel. Here it is 400. Here this is 800s. Okay. Now you can see the total 1700 plus 800 2500 plus 400 2900 plus 400 3300 plus 200 3500 plus 100 3600 came. So that is why I have taken 3600 here. So for each component you have to take 3600. Therefore similarly 6500 here, it is the total of all these. Now we will count 3300 plus 900, 4200 will come, plus 800, 5000 plus 600, 5600 plus 600, 6200 plus 200, 6400 will come. So for family B, for each component in the expenditure you have to divide it by 6400 after multiplying with 360. 360 we are taking here because in a circle 360 degrees are going to be there. Please remember. Okay. So if we do like that, for each component, if we do like that, here it will be 80 degrees, here it will be 40 degrees, and here I missed one component now that I have to include now. After clothes, fuel is there. For fuel, here it is 400, here it is 800. So here it will be 40. If we calculate, these values will come. Please find out on your own. So here it will be equal to 180.6. So I am taking it as 181. So here it will be 51. Now here it will be 45, 34, 181, 51, 45, 34. Here also 34 will come. So total it should be equal to 360. So here you add, you can check 170 plus 80 250 plus 40 290 plus 40 230, 330 plus 20 350 plus 10 360. So 181 plus 51 232 it will be, 232 plus 45 277, 277 plus 34 277 plus 34 311 will come, 311 plus 34 345 will come. So here at the end 15 will come. Okay, 181, 51, 45, 34, 34. Total 360 degrees will be there. Now we have to draw pie diagram. Pie diagram means circles we have to draw. Okay. So family A and family B. Okay. So I am drawing a circle. So here also for family B also I am drawing a circle. Okay. Now coming to family A. Now first of all 170 degrees we have to draw. Okay. With the help of compass box. Okay. With the help of scale. So with the help of protractor we have to actually measure. So I deem it to be center. With the help of protractor we have to draw. This is maximum component, that is food. So I put food here. F. Then next miscellaneous I have taken. Then clothes. With the protractor we have to measure actually. Now I am approximately drawing this. Please remember I am approximately drawing this. Next. Okay. So next one, fuel. This is food. This is clothing. This is fuel. Okay. Next one. This is after food, clothing, fuel. Now rent I am drawing. See, I have drawn approximately because I do not have protractor with me now. Okay, like this. So we have to indicate each one. After food, this is clothes, then fuel, then rent, then education, then miscellaneous. Like this. Okay. Now coming to family B. Food 181, more than 50% food is there. So this is food. Let's assume. Okay, now next one. After food is over, clothing is there. Clothing, then fuel, after fuel, rent is there. Rent, then education and miscellaneous. Okay, this is food, clothing, fuel, rent, education and miscellaneous. So like this, by looking at these pie diagrams, we can easily understand that a majority of their income is spent on food. Then next it is spent on clothing, like that. So in order to understand various variables in a phenomenon, we use pie diagrams. It is very useful in understanding breakup of a given total into various component parts. So here in this case, in case of pie diagram, total items are being made to be equal to 360 degrees, because we are taking a circle to depict the variables. Okay, so I hope you understood. So coming to one dimensional diagram, we have seen line diagrams, bar diagrams also we have seen, simple, subdivided, percentage, multiple, deviation and geodirectional, and broken bar diagrams we have seen, and pie diagrams we have discussed. So in today's class we have seen broken diagram and pie diagram, and we have a complete picture of one dimensional diagrams now. Okay, so line, bar, pie diagrams constitute one dimensional diagrams. In our next class we will see two dimensional diagrams, and in the subsequent class we will discuss about three dimensional diagrams. Two dimensional are divided into three categories: rectangular, square and circle. And three dimensional are divided into three categories: cube diagrams, pictograms and cartograms. And I hope you understood one dimensional diagrams.